This episode of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast is brought to you by our friends and family at Honest Plumbing and Air. And you can get in touch with them pretty quick. Just visit that website on the lower left-hand side of your screen, honestairconditioning.biz. Honest Plumbing and Air, where a handshake still means something. You know, a lot of people think about February, March. You think about March Madness. You think about spring training in baseball. But it's also the beginning or around the beginning of rodeo season. And here locally in Austin, Texas, the Rodeo Austin has become one of the top 10 destinations on the PRCA circuit. And there is one guy who, I know you're going to say I'm biased, but he is one of the up-and-coming rookies in the PRCA rodeo circuit. His name is Cole Hollen. We're going to unbundle this whole story and because he's going to be back in his hometown competing for the first time. Let's talk about it. All right, as I promised, man, this is going to be a special episode, that being episode 453, because we've only had one other guest that has ties to rodeo. But before we get to that, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms, that being Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever you're calling it these days, TikTok, and YouTube. And the best thing about YouTube, you can subscribe to it for free. And here they are. And this is you guys are in unique company, father-son duo here. Jason Hollen on the bottom. He's on a work trip. I don't know about watching spring training games in the Phoenix area. I don't know if you call that a work trip. And there's the guy, the Cole Hollen, top right. Jason, first off, is it work? Is it really work following spring training baseball?
Well, yeah, it is. You got to take customers and entertain them, right? So,
and you expense all of it.
It's work-ish. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, there's no doubt about it. It all gets expensed.
Cole, you and I met obviously when you were younger, and then when you played football at Cedar Park, and your mom, Spring, and your dad, Jason, we all grew up together. But did you ever think that you'd be on a podcast with your dad and me talking about something that maybe was a career goal of yours, and it's just got to be up there with what you just achieved on the rodeo circuit?
I mean, now I never thought I'd be on a podcast with you and my dad, you know, talking about rodeo for sure. If you'd asked me in high school, I probably would have said no. So it's pretty cool to be doing this right now.
Well, it is. And before we dive deep into, I mean, he is a rookie and he's experiencing a ton of success. I want to show everyone who's watching this episode that he's in bareback riding, which is different from having it doesn't have a saddle. Bareback gives it away, but this is his last ride, which really drew a lot of attention to you being a rookie.
This Cowboy's number 2 in the nation for Resistol's Rookie of the Year. Upstairs, downtown, reeling, rolling, rocking. Somebody make some noise in here. Didn't good, Josh Wirtz.
All right, well, now correct me if I'm wrong. That was in Greensboro, North Carolina?
Winston-Salem.
Winston-Salem.
That was a couple weeks. That was, I guess, almost probably a month ago now. So
that's insane. That's insane.
Sir.
So you're the leader right now of the Resistol rookie race.
I'm sorry to correct you, but I'm second. One of the rookies won the short round in San Antonio, so I'm second right now. So.
Well, still, that's pretty good. And that
yes,
ride that we just saw, if there's a gentleman named Orrin Larson 9-time finalist, correct? That you beat out on that competition in Winston-Salem.
Yes, sir. I did.
So, Jason, I got to ask you as a parent, the pride and everything. You've watched both of your sons and your daughter achieve everything that they've wanted to date so far. But to see this happening, I mean, to Cole, for a parent, I mean, can you put it into words right now of what's all you've experienced and witnessed?
Yeah, coming where he came from, right? I mean, he didn't really grow up with a rodeo background, right? I mean, my dad rode bareback horses, but he grew up playing sports, played basketball as a young kid, and then transitioned and kind of just focused on football. That was his deal, and that's what he loved. That was his passion. But when he decided to hang up his cleats on the football field, he said, I'm gonna ride bareback horses, and he'll tell the story. But man, it's pretty cool to watch. He's I guess it's kind of a Holland deal, but we kind of go all in on things, right? Yeah. And he did that. So, I'll let him talk about it. But yeah, man, it's fun to watch. It's pretty cool. Mom gets a little nerve wracked and gets worked up a little bit, but man, it's a cool deal to watch him have passion for something that he loves to do, and for as long as he can do it, and he doesn't have to get a job, and this pays his way, and he can go have fun. By all means, go live that dream.
Cole, playing off of that, I know you kind of have that in your Holland DNA. You going all in, as your dad said, on anything you do. But this passion for rodeo, when did it start? Was it watching your grandfather, or what? When did you decide, what, this is something I'm going to invest in?
I had only seen pictures. I knew he had rode bucking horses and rodeoed back in the day, obviously no videos back then, but, I kind of started watching it more as my, Rocker Steiner, he was one of my good friends, and I was watching him, and I, kind of stopped loving football, and I, still wanted to compete at something in college. And, my cousin was going to Sul Ross, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to ride bareback horses. And then I just kind of got it in the works from there, and I told Dad, and he was just like, all right. And then bought all the stuff I needed, and, got some good guys to help me out and show me the correct way to do things. And I got on my first horse in Alpine, Texas at Sul Ross. And from there, I fell in love, and I love it. I wouldn't rather do anything else. Would not rather do anything else.
Well, it's amazing to hear. I mean, to hear everyone's story, especially when you experience success so quickly. This is a little dated article from that ride.
It's definitely been. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
It's definitely been it took me about 3.5 years, 4 years to kind of figure it out. So, and I still don't have it all figured out. So,
and you never will.
No, sir. Can always get better.
I love that mentality. I mean, when you think about this, I mean, Jason, I got to ask you, the way he talks, because we all know, we've seen people have success early in whatever they do, whether it be sports, career, whatnot, and there's a sense of arrogance. But Cole's humble, man. Is that how you raised him, or is that just how he's always been?
As a parent, you always want to try to raise, your kids to be the best they can, and, have manners. And, I tell people this all the time. Cole is a great kid. Like, he is, you meet him, he is a super kid. Now he's got a lot of fight in him too. I mean, it's there, but it needs to be poked out. But when he is going to do what he's going to do, especially riding bareback horses, that the mentality changes real quick, but, yeah, no, he's got some fight in him. That's for darn sure. Maybe too much sometimes.
Oh, and you can see it when he played defensive back at Cedar Park. It's just the ferocity, and it's bring the hit and bring the wood, as they say. And you mentioned it. So Jason and I grew up with the Steiners, and they're a big rodeo family, several generations, world champions. You mentioned Rocker, and he's one of the younger Steiner, and he's, it's just like not overnight success, but when you have something like that in your DNA, you're exposed to how to be successful. Other than the Steiners, is there anyone that influenced you in bareback riding / rodeo?
Definitely my grandpa. The people that first helped me out when I started, there's I'll name Tristan Hutchings and Leighton Berry and Cole Reiner. They all helped me out a lot, and kind of, and then I look up to, like all the old bareback riders now that I've started rodeoing, Casey Field and all everyone, that has rode before me. And, I watch a bunch of people, but definitely look up to, even guys going right now, like people in the top 15, just how they ride and, how they carry themselves. And for sure.
Jason, I got to ask you this. You had posted, or maybe it was Spring, Cole's mother, and your wife, of course, Jason, but you were interviewed on the set, I think, of the Cowboy Channel. And just most people, it's just natural. It's natural to be uncomfortable in front of the camera. I mean, you see Cole right now, and
I'm uncomfortable. Don't worry. Don't
are
don't
you
let
feeling
it No, I get nervous. I'm nervous.
But Jason, he looked like, I'm serious. Like I've seen hundreds and interviewed hundreds of people. And when you do it on live television, that's a different animal. And Cole handled that like a champion when he was on the Cowboy Channel.
Yeah, he did. He did a good job. I was proud of him. You always worry about things like that, right? What's going through my head? And hey, what did I just say? I don't even remember what I said. So yeah, no, it was it's cool to watch him, on things like that. Get a little love for having success. That's the cool thing, So and he's a humble dude. I mean, don't get me wrong, he can talk a little shit. I mean, there ain't no doubt about that. I mean, he's pretty good at it. He may have learned it from me.
I wonder who I get it from.
He learned that from me, but he's a humble dude, and he gives everybody credit. It's that bareback riding world. It's a world where they're all pulling for each other. Hopefully you're going to beat them, right? That's your goal. But they're all helping each other and pulling for each other out there.
Yeah, so. Yeah, definitely. We're all behind the chutes cheering for our friends, and it's not like me against them. It's me against the horse. I got to go do my job, and we'll let the cards fall where they may. And I want everybody else to have a fair shot, and I want to beat everybody at their best. So, that as many times as you beat them, they'll probably beat you. So,
It's. I got to ask you this, and you see the slug right there, bareback riding mindset. Is it, before a football game, you're in the locker room, game day, each hour, each minute before kickoff, and before you run out of the locker room, if you're not nervous, then you're doing it wrong. But then that adrenaline takes over, and then your pupils are dilated, and you're ready to go out there and hit the other team and make a statement. How is the mindset different playing football? Because you have been competing in rodeo, as you mentioned, at Sul Ross in West Texas and Alpine, to now one of the top rookies. What's that mindset like? But when you're getting into the chute, what's going through Cole's mind at that time?
It's kind of it's almost hard to, you got to take yourself to a place where it's like you when you crawl into a chute, you better mean it. Like it's none of horse you get on, it's never going to be an off day. So it's like you kind of got to go into mentally like, kill or be killed. Like let's like kind of get mean, and when this thing hits you in the back, I better set my feet pretty dang hard, or else it's not going to go, not going to go good.
Jason, you see, you're in the stands like you were watching football on the sidelines and whatnot. But can you tell his persona change just by his mannerisms when he's ready to go?
Oh yeah. I mean, he goes from, that phone's been gone for an hour, and he goes from when he's taped up and they're pulling that rigging, and yeah, he's zoned up. He's in a zone. So that's, it's not something I can't imagine. Heck, it's like I tell people, where do you get that? Where do you get that riding bareback? I wouldn't have done it. I'm just telling you right now, like that. I'm happy for him. He's doing great, but I wouldn't have done that. So, but yeah, you can tell. I mean, it goes from here to here.
Yeah,
behind the buck and shoots. You can see it.
Look at this. This is old school.
I knew you were going to pull that one up.
I still haven't grown any hair. I don't know what that expression is on my face, but we'll start with you, Jason. What would you caption this?
That's hilarious. What was that, 7-on-7? I would probably caption that is. God, I think he's thinking, what's he about to ask me and what should I say?
What should I say?
What should I
ask
say?
me a question or just tell me what I'm supposed to say?
Yeah. I think he, and if I remember correctly, you asked him about vacation and he chose like his favorite spot to go, and I was like Port Aransas or the beach or something. He didn't even broaden his horizon on that deal.
Yeah, not even like a nice one. I said Port Aransas. I was so nervous. I'll tell you that. That's what I had to get. A kid that is very, very terrified right there. Like so nervous. Wasn't ready for that at all. Didn't know the news was going to be at 7-on-7 that day. I'll tell you that.
Hey, can you remove the mic away from me, please?
Yeah, look at my jersey. It's all ripped too. I couldn't even tell you. I was so nervous. They're like, "Why should a team recruit Cole Hollen?" And I was like, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah. Who doesn't want a 5'8", 165-pound kid?
Yeah. Who doesn't want that?
All right, this is fun. These have been fun. I mean, we're on episode 453. I want to say there have been over 200 plus man cave stories, and I can't name a favorite because they've all been phenomenal. No pressure. I guess since both of you are here together, is there a rodeo bareback riding man cave story behind the scenes that maybe you guys shared that's just as amusing now when you talk about it as it was when it happened?
I know of. I mean, it wasn't funny. Dad was freaking mad at me. Dad was mad at me, but it was my first. I've been riding bareback horses a year and a half, and Mom and Dad got me these awesome spurs made for Christmas, and I was going to the Cedar Park Rodeo that weekend. Well, we had been to Lampasas 2 weeks before.
Yeah, a couple weeks before.
Yeah, and so this was like the first time that really anybody that I knew was really going to get to watch me. And we get back there, I start unpacking my stuff, start getting ready, and where are my boots at? Like, what the heck? Couldn't find my boots, and they have my spurs on there. And I'm like, oh, maybe they're at home. I called Dad, and I said, Dad, I think I left my boots at the house, boots and spurs at the house, or they're not in my bag. And he cussed me a little bit and hauled butt all the way, home.
Back home.
It was probably 30 minutes from the house. Hauled butt home, and then got back. They weren't there, and he was pissed at me. I ended up having to borrow somebody's boots. Their boots were like freaking 4 sizes too big on me. Just a grade A shit show, really.
Yeah, these boots look like he was wearing water skis. I mean,
yeah, it was pretty bad.
He left them behind the chutes in Lampasas 2 weeks before, and they never turned back up.
Oh, someone's got a nice pair of boots and spurs.
Someone's got a nice pair of spurs, I can tell you. No.
I bet Spring, I would love to see her thought bubble talking about that.
Yeah, she wasn't. She wasn't thrilled with it, I can tell you that.
Now,
I'm gonna tell you, I was pissed.
Let's hear what you had to say.
Nah, we let a couple of curse words fly off already. You don't want to hear that conversation.
No, it was bad. It's bad.
I'm gonna tell you what I just did in the airport. I got dressed in the dark and I put one
Yeah.
left shoe on, and they kind of look the same. I put a left shoe on and a right shoe, and they're like black with kind of like white bottom dress shoes, and they were totally different dress shoes. I get to security and take them off, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? And I checked my bag because I brought golf clubs out here. I checked my bag. I had to wear those damn things on the airplane the whole time. I could not get to my bag quick enough to change shoes. I just felt like everybody was staring at my feet.
I met Dad at the
They're
airport.
doing the side
flying
Yeah.
back from Tampa, or flying back from Arcadia, but I flew out of Tampa, and he like gives me the keys because he dropped a car off for me, and I like he's like, look at my shoes, and I was like, what? And I was pretty tired, and I like looked at him, and I was like, oh my gosh. He's like, yeah, and I can't change them because my shoes are in my bag. I was like, yeah, you're gonna look like an idiot until you get to Arizona.
I did.
Personal shout out to Jason Hollen and the hat he's wearing. For those who are from Austin, if you're not from Austin, you probably have no idea what this is, but the late, great Rooster Andrews had a good run of sporting goods stores, and that's the logo, and I'm trying to find it, and I'm trying to get Jason to give me some leads so how I can purchase 2 or 3 of them.
I'll track his grandson down and see if we can get you some.
Man, that would be...
Hey, did I know you both have the same haircut? How'd you guys do your hair this morning?
Oh,
Wow, here we go.
oh,
You got jokes? See, I told you
Yeah.
he's humble, nice kid, but now he's got jokes.
I've got a few short and curlies.
You don't know what we save on shampoo annually.
Yeah,
It is a
just
beautiful
body
thing.
wash, huh?
Yeah, we just
It
use
is.
straight body wash.
Hey, so we're going to take a quick break, but on the other side, Cole's coming home. I mean, he's home right now, but he's going to do something that maybe he never envisioned, and to ride and compete at home. And just like Ozzy Osbourne, Mama, I'm coming home. We'll see you on the other side of this break. The Saxton name resonates in Austin. Jim's late father, James Saxton, is a Longhorn legend, a Heisman finalist while playing for Darrell K. Royal. And Jimmy is a UT football legacy from Westlake. He has been insuring Austin for decades. He and his staff will give you old school hospitality when servicing your insurance needs. The Bully is a cozy Austin original bar and grill that feels like home. Boulevard Bar and Grill, nestled into this Northwest Hills strip mall, recently celebrated 2 decades. The drink prices are like going back to 2004. It's where familiar faces gather and everyone knows your name. The Bully family are also friends of the Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast. Boulevard Bar and Grill on Far West Boulevard in Northwest Austin. Jason knows a little bit about the Bully.
So do I. I've been there. We met you there one time.
Oh, that's right. And,
Oh, the Boulevard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the day after Thanksgiving.
That's right. That's right. And I'm telling you what, you will never be dehydrated at the Bully. Never.
No, you will be. You will be the next morning.
Yeah, it'll catch up with you the next morning now.
For sure. You had to drink a couple waters.
Oh, a lot more than water. Need some pickle juice. Those hammies start
Gatorade.
cramping. I didn't know you could cramp so in many places when you're hungover, when you get older. So Rodeo Austin is a lot of people who know about rodeo have now said that they agree, and they have all said that Rodeo Austin has become one of the top 10 stops on the PRCA tour. As the money, the purse has increased, it's fun. 2 weeks or the entire month of March for the most part, concerts, everything. And Cole, growing up, how often did you go to Rodeo Austin for the rodeo? And I know most people go for the concerts, but did you ever envision yourself, because you're about to make that vision a reality this weekend?
Competing at it? No, I mean we went a lot. We'd watch the rodeo when I was when I was a kid, and then we'd watch the concert and stuff. But, I didn't really picture myself being at the rodeo when I was younger because, I played sports. I played football. I didn't really, wasn't as much into it. I always thought it was pretty cool, but, I lived in Cedar Park and really didn't have, kind of avenue to do it. And also I really loved football. Like that's what I wanted to do. If you'd asked me when I was a kid, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to play at the University of Texas wearing my Colt McCoy and Jordan Shipley stuff around, and I wouldn't, I was a huge football guy and I still am. And if I'm not rodeoing and the Texas game comes on, where Cole will be. It'll be watching the Texas game. You can ask any of my buddies. They're like, you're going to watch the game? Yeah, I'll be right here. If y'all want to go do something, I'm going to watch the
game. Jason, we talked about being proud and prideful, but it's going to be a new meaning when you go out there, man. You and I have been out there for Barbecue Austin, some concerts. We've seen the rodeo, but for you in spring, it's going to be a little different, and your family.
Oh yeah, we grew up on that rodeo, right? And you never know what direction life's going to take you, right? So, but here we are. So Sunday at 3, he gets to ride in his first Rodeo Austin, rodeo, which is kind of cool. It'd be fun to have a bunch of friends and family come watch him, and hopefully we draw good. And if we draw good, Cole can handle the rest.
Cole, when your dad says, for those who may not understand, draw good, does that mean the horse you ride?
Correct. Draw a good horse. Yes, sir.
Is this, I'm not trying to hype it up more than it should be, but it is special. And to you, it's just another rodeo, right?
I might be a little bit more nervous because all the people that are coming to watch me, and I don't want to get bucked off like a fat girl. So, I might be a little bit more nervous, So, I might be a little bit more nervous, but other than that, it's just business as usual.
Love that mindset. So Sunday, 3 p.m. we used to call it the old Ludec Arena. I guess it still is that. It's just east of Austin, Rodeo Austin. It's a big deal. Carnival, concerts. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, and you get to see Cole Hollen, first time of his professional rodeo career as a rookie, getting to compete in Austin. I'm assuming tickets. You go to the Rodeo Austin website, or if you have Jason Holland's number. Yep. Text him for tickets.
Hey, you know what's funny? The funny thing is Cole gets a companion pass, and PRCA, they're not real good about giving tickets to everybody, giving tickets away, right? We got to buy them. So, I get asked that a lot, and I was like, no, we buy them just like you do.
Yeah, that's glad you said that, because there's always people looking for freebies for anything.
Oh yeah. Hey, if they're giving it away, I want it, but you got to pay for these.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Jason, Cole, one thing, we all know there's a lot of people complain about everything and anything in the world. It's almost laughable because everyone thinks everything is just not positive. But we'll start with you, Cole. The rodeo rookie sensation. Tell me something good, inspiring, or positive that you want to get off your chest or tell the masses.
I'm not very good at this type of stuff, but just I don't really know. See, you got me again, like you did in high school.
This is like 7-on-7.
I have no idea
football.
what to say, but be positive, have fun, and if you got a dream, chase it. So that's what I got to say.
Jay, tell me something good, my brother.
Man, I honestly, like, inspiring is your kids. All of them kind of inspire me to get better. But Cole's story is inspiring. He didn't rodeo, but he knew he wanted to do it, so he tried to achieve and be the best he can, and he's proven the naysayers 3 or 4 years ago that, you know, he's here to stay and he's here to win, you know, and he works his ass off doing it. So it's pretty inspiring to me, you know. It should be for a lot of people. I mean, he didn't grow up like a lot of rodeo cowboys. They grew up in that world just like he was in the football world. And then he decided one day, hell, that looks fun. I want to go see if I can ride a bareback horse. And, you know, it was pretty trying early, but he figured it out, you know. So, yeah, you know, that's pretty inspiring.
I love it and respect that. So Sul Ross is a quote unquote cowboy school. You go there. I mean, they have NCAA athletics, but Cole, there's some big names that have come out of Sul Ross, right? That are on the PRCA.
Right now,
or
yeah,
historically, or even right now.
I mean, right now, you know, my buddy Tristan Hutchins, he made the finals a couple times in the bull riding, and he's had a lot of success. And Kai Hamilton, he's a world champion. He went to Sul Ross my freshman year. And then back then, you know, I couldn't really tell you who went to school there. I mean, I think like Tough Hedeman and
I think a lot of those guys all went to Sul Ross.
Tough Hedeman and Cody Lambert, maybe. I don't want to say anything wrong. I don't want to be wrong about anything, but I think that's who went there. You know, there's definitely a lot of people back then that went to Sul Ross that had a lot of success pro rodeoing too. So
it's a beautiful place, Alpine, Texas. They have a beautiful. I love their baseball stadium, Coconut Field.
Yeah,
pretty special. We know what time of year it is, and we've got a little something. This is in its second year of existence. All right, the bracket challenge, CBSSports.com or your CBS Sports app. Last year we had 56 entries, and so the Round Rock Express, Dirty Martin's Place, and of course Soul Creek Saloon, they all have prizes. So, if you go there to CBS Sports, look for the stories inside the Man Cave Bracket Challenge. The password is all one word, Man Cave 2025, Man Cave 2025. And you make sure you have your email address, because the winner last year, I was unable to get in touch with him. So he did not get his tickets to the Express game or the free food or the great food from both Shoal Creek Saloon and Dirty's, which is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Is it too early for me to ask y'all who you guys picking to win it all? I'm not going to ask Final Four on the men's side, but I have no idea right now, personally.
I have watched one basketball game this year, so I have no idea, but I'm just going to go with Alabama. No,
Alabama.
Actually, Texas Tech.
Ooh,
wow.
That's possible.
Texas Tech.
I'm gonna tell you who's not gonna win.
Texas. We
Texas.
suck.
I'm gonna tell you that they're not good.
They beat Vanderbilt.
Any basketball players watching this, which are maybe they are, you need to pick it up. You need to be better. Yeah.
Be better.
I'll go with Duke. Why
Really?
not? That's the easy one.
Why not? Hey, there's a people are, I'm not saying people are sleeping on Duke, but they've been on a little slide. They've been consistent, but they just don't have that cachet, that swagger like they used to.
Well, I mean, losing.
They're still Duke.
Losing Coach K probably stung them a little bit, right?
100%. You know what? I'm going to go with Cole, man. I think Texas Tech really does have a shot.
Houston's pretty good again, aren't they?
Are amazing.
Tech's better than Houston, I think.
Really? Huh. Well, you've watched a little more basketball one game than me. I tried to watch Texas. I tried to watch Texas one week and got so mad I turned it off. I'm gonna wait till next year.
Hey, they're 18-14 as while we're recording this episode. They beat Vanderbilt in the SEC tournament opener. They got to play A&M on Thursday.
Wait. So they won today?
Yeah,
or was that yesterday?
We play A&M. I'll watch that just because I can't stand A&M and hope we beat them by 1 million.
Texas had to come back from like 24 to beat them here in Austin.
Yeah, that scares me. We're probably get ran out the gym.
But
To be honest,
if they beat A&M with 19 wins, they could get in.
Oof.
really.
Maybe.
I think we have to win the tournament, don't we? Because I saw a thing that was like win and get in versus Oklahoma last
for
week.
the at-large, yeah.
We did not win.
I thought going in, they've got to get 3 SEC tourney wins to be on the bubble.
I got one of them.
Yeah, you just need 2 more. Man, it's a fun time of year. March Madness, rodeo season. I'm excited for the Hollen family, Jason, Spring, and Cole, your little brother and your sister. Man, this is big for you guys. This weekend's going to be a blast. Probably you'll be talking about this for the rest of your life, or am I exaggerating? Cole.
Yeah, well, it'll always be a good memory. My first Austin rodeo with my whole family there, and great support system, friends, girlfriend there. It'll be awesome.
It'll be awesome.
I'm excited.
Well, gentlemen, man, I appreciate this. I know we'll see each other pretty soon. And Cole, really proud of you, and I appreciate you both and both taking the time for this. This is fun.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us on.
100%. Hey, and whenever you get a chance to talk about a young rodeo star from the Austin, Texas area, you know what? It's always good to talk about it.